Hi, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. So, in the last video, I God, that's looking such a map. What's that big line that when I first come in, oh, it's not drawing it again now. When I first come in, there's always this big line comes tearing across the screen. I'm never quite sure what it is. Anyway, stuff and things, and what was I saying? Yeah, so at the end of the previous video, I kind of got the beginnings of my communications network up and going. For reasons that make sense in my head at the moment that I did it, because I just wanted to bugger around and try these things, I've put a number of communication satellites out in an orbit that's kind of near the moon and can see all over the place and various distances and so on and so forth and things and stuff. So that kind of seems okay. I feel I've got a number of things covered, but I kind of want to put at least one, if not a couple, of communication satellites in orbit around the moon. I don't know that I need to, but I'd like to do that because I actually want to get Kerbals out to the moon eventually. Before then, I'd like to get a science package onto the surface of the moon and return it. I've already got one out there that's on the moon. You can see the green lines coming from it, the top of the screen at the moment. But I'd like to get the I've forgotten the name of it now. I think it's the Science Junior or something like that. The compartment that's got a whole bunch of science in it that, as far as I can tell, you have to return back to base to actually get the science points. So I'd like to actually land that, do the experiments, take off and get back again. To do that, I feel I need to just make sure I've got all my bases covered in terms of communication line of sight and things like that around the moon. And so I'm thinking putting a satellite or two, communications network satellite or two in orbit around the moon, helps finally cover all of those angles, and also B, helps me practice actually getting out to the moon again and getting into orbit and all that kind of stuff. I know I've done it a couple of times. It's been a bit scrappy and things, but anyway, that's the lead into this. That explains why, despite the fact I've been chucking a load of these bloody things up for the last handful of videos, I'm going to chuck at least one of these up. Because I want to try and get to the moon. So let's not muck about, let's just get in there and do it. So I did warn that this might be a little bit more of the same. When it finishes loading, there we go. I mean, this isn't a shoddy machine by any means. Kerbal Space Program always seems to have been slow to load on anything I have. Right, I know what I forgot. Forgot to put stability on because that seems to help. Right, usual launch routine. Kind of punch straight up through about 2/3 of the atmosphere. Dump the boosters, hope they don't annihilate the rocket, and then try heading sideways a bit. Now, this time, because the past few videos have been getting into Kerbal orbit and then trying to get out to around about where the moon is, the moon's orbit is, but not where the moon is itself. I haven't been trying to get an encounter. In fact, I've been having a problem where often... Oh no! Damn it! I just hit space twice. Let's just... Oh my god. Let's just... we exploded that one, and we're going to launch another one. Oh, for pity's sake, I hit space twice. I wish there was a guard against that. Maybe there is a guard against that. Alright, let's try again. Oh, for goodness sake. What was I saying? Yeah, so I've just been trying to get an orbit that's out around the moon's orbit. Not been trying to get an encounter, and part of the problem I've been having is I've been getting encounters with the moon when I didn't want them, and that's made it trickier to get into the orbit I've been trying ahead for, and so on and so forth. This time, of course, I want to actually get into orbit around the moon, so I need to get an encounter. So let me just not screw this up this time. There we go. Right, let's start tipping over a little bit and hope we don't flip. Don't flip. No, don't flip. Don't flip. Oh, for goodness sake. Haven't flipped for quite a few launches. Okay, we wanted to go sideways-ish. So anyway, yes. In preparation of that, because part of the thing I've been having a problem with, the thing I've not been clear about is how the heck do I decide where the maneuver is going to be? So I did a thing that I probably should have been doing a long time ago, and that's RTFM, or in this case, actually watched bits of a Scott Manley video from about 7 years ago, which has taught me a thing or two that I hadn't realised about the user interface. So I'm going to try that. I'm not going to get into the details right in a second because I'm just paying attention to what's going on here. Just waiting for the apoapsis to look at about 100. Actually, I'm just going to keep burning this. There we go. Dump that. Right, let's cruise up a little bit. It could have been better. This has been a bit of a shoddy launch. Right, let's... I really need to declutter this map, don't I? But I'll worry about that in a bit. Add a maneuver. Whoa. Just trying to get that about circular, if I can manage. I think that's probably close. That just gives me something to aim for on the nav ball, really. How long we got? Just over a minute and 26 seconds with a 26-second burn. Let's see if this works. So yes, watching the Scott Manley video, I learned something about the user interface that I'd never realised. And it's so annoying. It should have occurred to me. It really should have occurred to me. And that is the thing of, well, hopefully it's still the same because the video was from like 7 years ago. But I hadn't realised that once you'd designed your maneuver node and got the apoapsis that you wanted and all that kind of stuff, you can then grab the node itself and drag it around until you get an encounter, which makes an awful lot of sense now. Why that didn't occur to me, I don't know. I think in part it's just because I'm so used to the user interface in this thing not being intuitive that I didn't actually think to try an intuitive thing. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Right. Let's... Oh, start burning. Forgot to fire the engine up. Put it on full throttle. I just forgot to fire it up. Okay. Periapsis is coming up nicely. Apoapsis is creeping up a little bit, but that's fine. That's close. Okay, apoapsis is really shooting up, so I don't need that. Right, we have an orbit. It's not circular, but who cares? No one's judging, right? Can I just declutter? Is that? Oh, for goodness sake! There we go. Declutter that. Presumably, I can declutter the rest of the orbits from here. But anyway, let's not get bogged down in that. So where's... I actually can't see where the moon is. There's so much shit on this screen. Where's the moon? Who's that? That's Mimus, isn't it? Where the hell's the moon? Hello? Okay, there it is. Yay! Right, okay. There must be a way of decluttering this screen. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's just get rid of... Yes. Right, that's better. So... let's clear that. Let me just check. What direction am I going in? Yeah, I'm going that direction. Cool. I know what I'm doing. Not really. So, as I understand it, I can set this maneuver node up just to... Way! Come back. Go out there a little bit, like that maybe. Maybe come back a little bit. And then I should be able to... Yes. No. That's not doing... Did you lie to me, Scott Manley? He wouldn't. He never would. It's just me being rubbish. Let's do it about... there. Probably still doing something wrong here. Right, so... Whoa, don't go too fast, don't go too fast. What's that all about? Why am I getting an encounter there when it's there? Right, so how do I... That is still the same node, isn't it? I haven't... It's not doing it. It's not doing it. Nope. What am I doing wrong? I think in part it's just because it doesn't be able to fit it on the screen properly, which is probably something to do with the resolution I'm playing at, such that I can't quite grab what I think I'm grabbing. There we go. Right. Okay. So if I... Oh, that's interesting. Why does that not reach all the way out? That's most curious. Right, so how do I know which is the right encounter to go for? Let's assume that's a good one. So that's going to be a 15-second burn in about 32 minutes. Cool. Let's try it. So let's set an alarm. Right, I've got an alarm in 31 minutes. That looks right. Okay. Too much stress. It's actually quite stressful. We're going to slow down. Yeah, we slow down. Cool. Delete and close. Right, I want you to face. Come on. Don't let me down now, keyboard. Ah, going wrong way. Face into where the burn is. Come on, hurry up. There we go. Right, that looks about right. Oh, it's drifting back. Stop drifting back. Just want to burn soon. There we go. That looks about right. Oh, okay. So, ow, 15-second burn. Oh, it's really tense. There we go. Keep burning, keep burning, keep burning. Keep it cool, keep burning. And done. Right. Think. I don't quite understand what I'm seeing there. Again, I really wish there was a way of dragging the whole of that map over so I could kind of focus on... Yeah, I can't. I just want to drag the map over it so I can just focus on what's going on over there. So I'm really confused about, like... I don't understand. I don't understand. So that hasn't put me in a... Oh... Am I supposed to go around more than once? Ah! I missed the moon. Okay. Fine. Let's... Okay. Yeah, this isn't going well at all, is it? Yeah, I completely misunderstood what was going on. So what I don't understand is how you can actually set yourself up so you can find the first encounter, because I was dragging it around until I saw an encounter, but I don't understand from the interface how I can tell whether the encounter is on the first loop out or the second loop out. Presumably that's what we're looking at here. So that's not confusing at all. I mean, somehow I've actually managed to get out to and land on the moon successfully just by winging it, but the first time I actually try and do it properly, I screw it up. What I should do, at least, is remember to extend that because reasons. So what I'm wondering then is, can I, right, so I want to say add a maneuver there. I want that to get me out as far as the moon. Right, that looks correct, yeah? Yeah. Now I want to grab that. I want to drag that round. Because the problem is, I've got a really big elongated... Oh, crumbs. Oh, that's annoying. That's so annoying. I really thought I was onto something here. So I mean, I suppose it kind of makes sense I burn further out here, but then I'm like, hang on a second, isn't this just going to actually have me overshoot the moon or something like that? like I'll be going too fast or something. Oh, so I get a moon encounter where? There. That's confusing. That's confusing. I'm not quite sure how I rescue this. I'm just, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just buggering around with this. Oh, blast, 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 blast. Okay, so what happens if we do... We'll raise up that way. Yeah, it doesn't really help. Doesn't really help. Oh, did I just see... So, about there? Oh, let's try for that. So how... It's in about 43 minutes for 7 seconds. Let's go for it now. Got nothing to lose other than millions of Kerbal dollars worth of spaceship. Do they have currency? Of course they do, because there was currency in the first playthrough I tried, wasn't there? Don't know what their currency is now though. Right, go, go, go that kind of direction. And, oh, I want to set an alarm. Right, that's an alarm set. Fast forward. Definitely going to have a couple more goes at this now, because I kind of feel I sort of know what I'm supposed to be doing, but managed to mess up what should be a straightforward tool. Okay, why aren't you moving? Come on. Delete and close. Right, 7-second burn. There we go. Okay, let's get ready for this. Because the problem now is, am I going to end up with enough fuel to actually get in orbit? This may end up being another communications network satellite that's in a funky orbit. Got a while to go, the countdown now. Blast! I'm so annoyed that I kind of was trying to do it correctly, but somehow misread what I was looking at. Okay, here it goes. Right, still got some fuel left. I don't know if it's going to be enough to get into the moon's orbit. Right, so looking at this. See, I don't know how to read this. This is the problem. So, hang on, where's the moon right now? So it's saying moon encounter there. I don't quite understand how to read this. You didn't prepare me for this, Scott. So I'm not going to actually... So if I'm reading this correctly, I'm going to loop out here, and at my closest point to the moon on the first time round, I'm going to be lagging behind it. Wish it... I don't... Because like there's all these different ghost moons, as it were. And I don't know which one relates to which point in which orbit and so on and so forth. This is actually really made the whole thing so much more confusing. I'm not sure this has helped at all. I think pure guesswork was serving me better. Okay, let's just speed up and see what ends at where. Right, where's the actual moon? I can't see it again. Seriously, where is the actual moon? Oh, there it is. Okay, so it's creeping up on me. So I'm going to be looping out. Let's just... There's no way I can... So I'm looking at that thinking, surely I can kind of encounter it in a way that I can get into orbit on this loop out, but maybe not. Looking at it, I do get close. Let's keep going. Can I do something fun? Like, okay, so let's kill that. This interface really frustrates me. I just want to drag. Yeah, I want to drag and kind of look at the obviously I'm pointing when my mouse cursor doesn't get, but like I want to drag it so where I'm setting that maneuver now, I want to drag the map so I can kind of focus on that, but yeah, it doesn't let me. Okay, I'm just buggering around with my options. If I kind of say, okay, well, I was going to say, oh my god, there's an unknown object really close to where I'm going, but no, it's actually well below the plane of... So can I, if I burn... No. What about if I burn to slow down? About there. Whoa! Is there any way I can kind of get around the moon? No, that's just going to drop me back down to the planet. So that seems to get me close to the moon, but I can't quite see what that's doing. Like, does that sort of just crash into the moon? Can I do anything with that? More to the point, if I do that and then drag this around here, can I... Oh, what the hell just happened there? Why have you gone all the way over? Oh, that made no sense. That made no sense. Right, I just want to say, okay, I want to do a little burn just there, and then I want to drag this around and see if that gets me anywhere close to encountering them. No. And then it's just jumped over there. Why would you jump over there? That makes no sense to me. How is that even connected to anything? What? Oh my actual God. Ah, oh my God, this is just I'm like, I'm not rage quitting, but like, oh my God. I'm just so frustrated by this interface right now. I mean, I recognise that what I'm dealing with here is a screw up of my own making, in that, I didn't quite use the tool in a way that was helpful to what I was trying to achieve. But at the same time, oh my God, it's so frustrating. Okay, I think I'm going to abandon this. Not like abandon this as in leave this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that burn there. Oh, but what's even going on there? What's this? I don't. So I'm looking at this thinking, okay, I'm going to burn to put myself in an orbit somewhere outside of the moon's orbit. But then in the middle of the screen right now, there's a kind of weird thing going on that's unconnected to my current orbit or anything. Yeah, this is confusing me no end. So I need a 1 second burn in 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on around the moon over there at the moment. None of it makes any sense to me. None of it makes any sense to me. Okay, let's add a maneuver. Oh. Oh, I think I saw something that sort of made sense. No, not seeing. I think in part I'm actually screwing myself over here by trying to play this on my TV, and I can't quite read everything that I'm seeing. I really want to stick my nose up against the screen and just look at what these lines are all doing. Right, screw it. Let's just dump that. Start again. Add a maneuver. Ah, what? There we go. Oh, this is confusing me. I don't understand these lines. I'm just trying. Can I just declutter everything for a second? Right. So definitely, if I'm reading this correctly, the only thing I can see now is my own spacecraft and the planets, right? So what the hell's this? Why am I seeing a periapsis and an apoapsis for something unrelated over there? Are they different orbits that I get kicked into or something like that? Okay, I need to stop obsessing about trying to make this work and accept that it isn't going to work. And just park this thing out here. Because I'm not understanding this moon encounter thing at all. Right, whatever that burn is, we're going to do that burn and see what happens. Oh, shoot, come back. And this is why I'm not sending any Kerbals back out just yet, because like at this rate I'm just going to lose them in space. Because I can't even park one of these bloody things around the moon. Oh my god, this is just such a mess. Such a mess. I should put self-destruct stuff on, you know, some kind of self-destruct mechanism on these, shouldn't I? Just so I can like, okay, that one didn't work, let's blow it up. Right, let's warp. What? Why didn't you warp to the alarm? What the actual hell? What? Like literally what? Now I'm completely confused. I thought I'd set up a maneuver. Well, okay then. Does this mean I can finally get my... Okay, 1 second burn in a couple of hours. I am so confused right now. What? Right, no alarms and no surprises. Set an alarm. And that's in 2 hours, which should be when that burn is. So if I'm reading this correctly, I'm down there in the bottom right hand at the moment. I am somehow going back the way I came-ish, and I'm going to hit a point where I can make a burn into the moon's orbit, if I'm reading this correctly. Not convinced, but let's... I mean, it's looking about right. Let's speed up to that. If this works, this is pure luck. Also, why am I not focused on my spacecraft anymore? Right, so the alarm's definitely going to kick in. because the warp's decelerating. Cool. Okay. No, don't drift off. Don't drift off. Don't drift off. Right. A 1 second burn. A 1 second burn. I realise this has been a video where I've spent most of the time staring at the screen going, what? I don't understand what? And I'm kind of close to the goal I originally had, and I'm so confused as to how I've got here. If I actually pull this off, if this actually works, I actually don't know how I managed it. Okay. Whoa. Well, I think I did it. I overburnt a little bit. Now, what's that about? I was just trying to add a maneuver. Get rid of that. I wanted to add a maneuver there, just to try and tidy that orbit up a little bit, maybe. Well, oh, it's so tricky trying to. I really wish there was a button I could press that was, even these up, make the apoapsis and periapsis pretty much the same. Right, so let's say that's the burn there. A 0.3 second burn, are you kidding me? Do you know what? I think we're fine. Nah, sod it. Let's see if I can tidy that up. Oh, no. That's what I want. Okay. Right. I believe I have a maneuver alarm there. Let's just see how this goes. And it just shot straight past. Why is the alarm not working? I don't understand. What happened to the alarm? Seconds. So that was like 5 hours. Oh. It's going to take 4 days to get to the node. What? Right, delete that. Right, everything's deleted. Right, so I have an apoapsis of, what, 1,500, periapsis of 962. So all I'm saying is I want to add a maneuver, and I want to drop the apoapsis down to about come on. Wish there was a finer way of doing this. Ah, no, that's not working. Okay. Hang on. If I get them like that, does that make 968, 958, 956 versus 966, 956 versus 966. Come on. Oh, this is the worst kind of whack-a-mole. 967 versus 958. 960 versus... tell you what, let's say that's close enough, right? So I have a maneuver, set an alarm, which puts it... You see, that doesn't make sense. There's no way it's going to take a day to get round to that point. And yet it's saying that node is in 1 day and 2 hours. But it's not taking a day to get around the moon. I refuse to believe that. It can't take a whole day to get round. Makes no sense. Okay, maybe it does. Really? Really though? Are we that far out? Okay, so it's saying it's 1 hour. What's the alarm saying? About an hour. Okay, let's go for it. Let's see if it works. Come on, give me some warp. Okay. I should have more faith. Oh, drop that away when I didn't want to. Yes, delete and close. I mean, at this point, I should just actually, give up and let it go with. Come on, turn around. I've got 40 seconds to get lined up, and then do a third of a second burn. Like, really? But let's try it. As long as I don't plow into the moon. Fifteen, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's close enough, right? Okay, calling that a win. So let's dump that. Don't need that anymore. We're in orbit around the moon. Don't put everything in shade. What I wanted to do was do this. Whoa, other way. Not that it really matters that much. Come on, sit up. Right, I think we're going to call this, let's rename, we'll call this Mun Net 0. That was a lot of stress. And I'm not entirely sure how I got out here, really, but it seems to have worked. So can I put everything back on? Don't want the debris. There we go. So the vehicle, the science package I've got on the moon can still see Kerbin at the moment, but I'm kind of hoping that having something in orbit around the moon will help with that at certain points too. Okay, okay. How do I get out of here? I need to go back there, don't I? Back to the Space Center. That was so much stress and faff. But I think I kind of learned something. I think I learned that I'm still not very... Oh my god, look at this. There, that big line there. What? Oh, it's gone away and it's not coming back. It's looking more and more like communications network, right? So I think what I will try and do is put at least one, if not two more of these kind of satellites in orbit around the moon. And it's going to be good practice. And that way I'm going to be covered for communications, I think. But I'm going to leave that there because this one's really dragged on, and most of it was me just going, what? I don't understand. And then me going, I've been going, what? I don't understand, and so on and so forth. And it's been so confusing, but actually kind of educational as well. And as much as I kind of wanted to just throw up my hands and go, this isn't working, I give in. It was fun getting it there in the end. Still a little confused about how it got there. I think I really do have a problem with reading those orbital lines or projected orbital lines or whatever they are. And I don't know if it's, I need to go off and read some more about, you know, maybe there's some indication regarding dots, dashes, colours, something like that. It may also be the case that actually I'm just nobbling myself doing this by actually sitting so far away from the TV and I can't quite read everything properly. Maybe I should be doing it sat closer to the TV or something just so I can actually read what's going on. But yeah, got there in the end, so I'll throw a couple of more of those up in the same way to try and achieve the same thing, and hopefully that'll help crystallize what I've just been doing here. But that's for another video, so thank you very much for watching, and if you have been, I'm really sorry. Goodbye.